Ay, gracias. Estoy lista.
¿Empezamos?
Sí, porque no es largo.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're about to start our second to the last session. I want to welcome Dr. Maria del Pilar Melgarejo, who is a senior lecturer of Spanish in the Department of World Languages and Literatures at SMU. She holds a PhD in Hispanic Languages and Literatures from the University of Pittsburgh and an MA in Philosophy and from the Pontificia Universidad Javeriana de Bogotá. Dr. Melgarejo is the author of El lenguaje político de la regeneración en Colombia y México, a monograph examining literature and politics in the 19th century Colombia and Mexico. She has also published various articles and a children's book titled The Sunflower That Was Stuck. At SMU, she serves as the faculty in residence for Cockrell Macintosh Commons, is that still? Yeah. And has initiated creative projects like Tertulia, an all Spanish open forum journal to encourage student creativity. And we welcome her with the talk, Wellbeing Strategies in the Classroom.
Hello. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my lovely Department of World Languages and Literatures. I have to say, honestly, it's a wonderful environment to work in, like space work. So, and they came here to support me also. So I thank you them. And everybody, because I know it's a busy time and you're hungry. So this is a journey. I think you're up for the journey. I'm gonna treat you as my students, but not as my students, as human beings. I'm a human being, you're a human being. So we are in this together. So I need to have you with me. I confess I can't teach without having everybody with me. So I'm sorry. Please stand up. Please stand up. And then voy a usar español e inglés. Tus manos en el cielo. Your hands in really reach the sky. Like really, 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 really. Tus manos arriba, 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 arriba. Ahora tus manos abajo en tus pies. Se siente bien. It feels so good. Yeah. Doesn't it feel good? Okay, stand up. Then shake, shake. See? Shake, 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 shake. Okay, so this is silly, this is funny. Why this professor is making me do this? Well, because I want you to learn, and your body has a brain, and your brain works if your body moves. But I don't know to explain this to all smart, intelligent people to you, right? So, but this is very important. It's funny, it's silly, but it's true because I want to teach math, because I want to teach art, I want to teach science, and in my opinion, you need to use the body. You need to go there. Okay. Sometimes I trick them. Okay. Hands down. Hands down. Please put your hands in your shoes. Hands in your shoes. Okay. You see? You're like the students. Okay. Hands down. Hands on your shoes. And then hands up. And then move a little bit. I always say jump 3 times. Jump 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It's actually taking a coffee. You need your students to not sleep. Well, this is the way. Okay, sit down. Thank you. Okay, so we teach, they learn. How can well-being strategies improve learning? I know severe depression, anxiety, stress is not your responsibility. You're there to teach them writing, art therapy, science. Yeah, I know, but we care about them. But what I'm talking about today is ways to well-being strategies to improve learning. You want them to learn what you're teaching. Okay, let's see how these strategies can help you in your particular field. So I have, because we're so serious academic, we really need reliable sources and blah, 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 blah. I actually print an article called Impact of Classroom Environment on Student Well-Being in Higher Education, a very well-researched academic serious paper from the 2024. So please, Linda is a wonderful person that is going to help me here. So everybody needs one of these, everybody. So Linda, what does AI says about well-being? No, actually, you taught me that ChatGPT is an example of AI. Can we say that? Okay, ChatGPT is an example of AI, and I wrote well-being strategies in the classroom in higher education, and this is what AI came up with. Okay, so if you want to know all the sources, all the research, and be very well informed, very rigorous, serious research, this is a little bit of that. So now let's be a clown. Let's go to the other part where I'm more interested in. Who is she? She's my daughter. She's Violeta. She's 10 years old. Who is he? I can cry right now because I cry already a lot, but I'm not going to. So this is Hannibal. He was born in July 22nd, 2018. He passed on January 2nd, 2025 in my lab. He was a beautiful, huge 6-year-old German Shepherd. I don't have pets. I have never had pets. This pet was from my sister, who is here. And the thing was very dramatic. We didn't know he was sick. She was traveling. I was taking care of him, and they told us he was going to pass. We thought he had more days, but no, he had like 2 hours. He passed in my lab. And he was beautiful, amazing. I guess everybody says that about their pets. But why I have him in my for my presentation? Because, and this is dedicated to him for 3 reasons: joy, connection, and empathy. And again, I'm not a pet person really, but I learned through him that like life was joy. There was nothing else, just joy. And that's a weird thing for a human being because we are worried about taxes and money and being very important and do well and people respect me, blah, blah. So connection, of course. And connection is, I'm going to say this right now, but you will find it later. The students using the ukulele in my class said something that surprised me very much. I use the ukulele to teach them how to conjugate verbs, and then they evaluate the exercise. And a lot of them surprisingly said, using the ukulele in the classroom makes me feel much more connected to others. I felt we were a community. I was like, oh, but I wanted to teach you Spanish. What? What is this? Okay, so Hannibal, the dog, taught me about connection and empathy. And these are things that will help us in our teaching. I care deeply about these things because I believe we connect with students when we're teaching on a very deep, profound level, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, at the soul level. But that's not the topic of this talk. But if I tell you this is going to help your students learn the material better, I hope you will be curious about it. So well-being strategy, you say kind of like a Barbie, kind of like just to make you spark. Well-being strategies in the classroom. So Act 1. Breathe. So this is so you know how we jump at the beginning? So this is something new that I spent 10 years thinking about this, and finally this semester I did it, and I realized it was a wonderful idea. So we're gonna breathe. This is called a minute of peace, un minuto de paz. This is something I do the first 2 minutes of my class. You don't have to use a real watch, but this is what I do. And the first 3 classes, they're like, what? And it's so beautiful, the 4th, the 5th class, to see them. Oh, yeah, straight back. Yeah. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Everybody knows what they're doing, and everybody's happy about doing it. So we do 1 minute. We do 1 minute. So you're gonna please sit you don't cross your legs, please. Straight back, have your back straight. Your hands in your legs, don't cross them. Straight back is very important. Just be relaxed. Your shoulders should be down. And you know how we always have this, like, okay, be conscious about it and just relax it. And you're not going to do anything weird. We're not gonna fly here or anything. We're just gonna breathe. Just there's millions of techniques for breathing, but I just do like just inhale and exhale. Just for 1 minute, we're gonna do this 1 minute. Close your eyes and just breathe. Okay, open your eyes. Very good. There's a lot of research of what this can do to your body, how you reset. And I know you have a bunch of thoughts. Oh, I'm so hungry for that burger. Oh, I need to do this and I need to. But doesn't matter. The fact that you're just there doing that, and it helped our students, or in my experience, my students get ready for the learning, the teaching and the learning. I was thinking when I was preparing this, okay, we teach. What happened between the teaching and the learning? What was like, how can we really transform the teaching in the learning? And I'm not from an education. I know there's a lot of research about this, but when does that happen really? So I think the breathing, the moving, is going to activate, that's the word, activate the learning process. So I like this quote, and then I add this at the end. Before children speak, children sing. Before children write, they paint. As soon as they stand, they dance. Art is the basis of human expression. We are those children. We are those children. What happened one day? My mom, your peers told you not to paint. It's not cool anymore. But we paint, we jump, we get it under the table. We need to connect with those children, even if it sounds naive, I know. But the learning process goes through that. So Act 2, tapping. What is tapping? And just maybe my friend's going to talk about it. I'm just going to read it. EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. Tapping is based on the ancient Chinese practice of acupuncture, which teaches that the body's energy flows along specific pathways. It can be used to relieve stress, improve performance, and help with symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. People often use EFT tapping when they are feeling anxious or stressed or before an event that they expect to cause stress or anxiety. I'm very grateful for my friend here. Please say an applause to the great Michelle Glasby Millington. Thank you. Can you introduce yourself, Alina?
Thank you, everybody. I'm so happy that Pilar asked me to share in this event today. I am a teacher in the Division of Film and Media Arts in Meadows. And I actually last semester taught a producing class. It was my second time here at SMU. And public speaking is a very integral part of that course. And I had many students who were great students, but completely froze when it came to needing to present in front of people. And so I thought, as a dancer, how do I get my students to embody what I'm teaching them? I want it to matter, not just in terms of getting a grade, but to Pilar's point, matter in my body, matter in my thoughts, matter in how I feel. And so I did a bit of research and I tapped, and I thought, why don't I bring that to the classroom and see how the students respond to it? They loved it. They loved being able to do something other than talking about the movie business or how to present. So I would like to demonstrate for you what I did in class, okay? So the first thing that we want to do, and I want you to imagine that you are a student who's about to pitch their final pitch for the producing class, and you are feeling very anxious. And what I'd like for you to do first is to accept this situation. Part of being able to overcome it is accepting that I'm in it, okay? So we first develop a self-acceptance statement. And so that statement might be, although I am extremely anxious about presenting in class today, could everybody repeat that after me? Although I'm very anxious about presenting in class today, this is a safe space, and I am safe. Okay, so now from here, what we do is to determine how anxious we really are about the situation. So in order to do that, we do a bit of deep breathing. So I'm going to ask you to put your hand on your heart chakra, and do a bit of deep breathing, however you'd like to do it. You're aiming to try to breathe into your belly. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in again. Exhale. Continue attempting to do the deep breathing. And what I'd like for you to think about is, how anxious are you on a scale from 0 to 10? 0 being I'm not particularly anxious at all. 10, I'm ready to run out of this classroom. Okay? Think of that number. Okay? And when you're ready, open your eyes. Now to tap, we are just going to utilize our fingers to gently tap on these meridian points to release energy, okay? You can use your index finger, your index and your middle finger, your 3 middle fingers. We begin first with what we call the karate chop area, which is just beneath the pinky finger, okay? So let's gently start tapping together, and please repeat after me. Although I am feeling very anxious about presenting in class today, this is a safe space, and I am safe. Let's go up to the top of the head. Although I am feeling very anxious about presenting in class today, this is a safe space, and I am safe. Okay, let's go to the third eye, which is between your eyebrows. I am protected. Let's go to the area on the side of the eye. I am safe. The area just beneath your eye, I feel confident. I would like for you to go to the area between your nose and your top lip. I am empowered. I want you to go to the indentation between your lower lip and your chin. I am protected. I would like for you to use both of your hands and tap on your collarbone here, okay? I can't do it because I'm holding the microphone. And I'd like for you to say, I got this. I got this. Okay, under your arm, I know this subject matter. I know this subject matter. We go back up to the top of the head. I am successful. I am successful. Okay, now from here, we do another self-check. Put your hand back on your heart. Close your eyes again. Do the deep breathing. Breathe into your belly as best you can. Close your eyes, deep breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We go back to that self-check. You remember what number you started with. Do another assessment. Where's that number now between 0 and 10? 0, you're not feeling anxious at all. 10, remember you were ready to run out of the room. Where are you? Okay, if it hasn't improved, you can do it again. You can do as many rounds as you need. This is effective, in my opinion, because we slow down. Sometimes we feel anxious because we're always rushing, okay? The affirmations are very helpful because we begin to practice in the producing class how to speak positively to ourselves. I teach a number of courses where students critique one another. I can't say kind things to you, helpful things to you, if I can't speak kindly to myself. Okay? If I can't speak generously to myself. So we practice that. Okay? Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm sure everybody's going to do this every day from now on. So Act 3, the letter. Okay. You all need to get, Linda, they all need, thank you. Please give an applause to the graduate student. Wonderful, Linda. Can you help me pass this around? So everybody need one of these. There's a lot. So you're going to write a letter. Please get a pen. This is a very special letter. Please choose the most beautiful, awesome pen you have. This is actually the most important letter you have write in your whole life. And I'm not kidding. Please choose that pen. Take a pen, take something to write. No, you're gonna get a paper, but maybe you need a book or your laptop or something. So the letter should be right in this beautiful paper. So I want you to use the orange, and colors are important because white is the color that we have everything in white. So it has a different meaning when you have a different color. So you're going to write a letter. We only have a few minutes because I have more things to say. I'm running here. But this is a very important letter. You're going to write dear and then leave it blank. Dear, but you can also say something. What else you say in English instead of dear? Lovely, I don't know. So who are you writing to? Think about a person that you love more in this world. And it doesn't have to be your kids. I'm mad with my kids a lot of times, so don't worry, don't feel guilty. It can be your best friend, your buddy, your wife, your husband, that person in the coffee shop that always smile, or your uncle that you adore, your aunt, your cousin, your mom, your dad. Don't worry about it. Think about a person that you adore, that you really, really love. And you're going to write a letter, but don't be too like of support and encouragement. Imagine that this person is going through a hard time and needs advice, wisdom, and sincere expression of how more how much you care. So we don't know exactly the situation of this person, and you don't have to be specific like, oh, uncle, call my aunt if you need something. No, it's like a more broad letter. Like if I think about my mom, I will say, dear, but I leave it blank. I love you so much. I know you're going through a hard time. Things can are be difficult with people around, and I know you need some support, blah, blah, blah. Please know that I'm here, know that you're amazing, know that you have a lot of qualities. I'm here, I'm thinking about my mom, but I'm not being super specific, okay? Did you get the exercise? Okay, you have 5 minutes or less. So just write the best letter ever to that person that you adore, that you love, that is going through a hard situation or is not in a good place right now. And this person needs all the support, all the words you can give, all the advice. You can make it broad, like broad advice. Um, trust your things like trust yourself, you know what you're doing, anything like that, or whatever you think is appropriate. Remember, dear, and leave it blank. You don't write the name, but you're thinking about this person. Maybe tell them about all the qualities he or she has. Or anything. Some of you are very inspired. Nice. Okay, a couple of more sentences. And finish your letter. Give it a good wrap up, like love or best. I don't love you always, or whatever it feels right for you, for your specific experience. And right there, your name at the end, your name at the end, and the date at the end. And for dear, where it says dear and you leave it blank, write your full complete name as it is in your ID. All first name, middle name, and last names, everything as it is in your ID, all your name. Okay, fold it right, put it in the envelope, and you have to seal that envelope. Don't be sneaky. You have to seal that envelope. In the front, write for and write your name. For and write your name. Remember to close that letter. I don't want you to sneak in a couple of weeks. Oh, what did I write? No. And write for your name and write to be open on May 1st, 2025. So I did this with my students. First day of class, everybody's happy, everybody's so enthusiastic, everybody has a smile, everybody wants to learn, we are happy, they're happy. Do you remember how it is on May? Faces, feeling, stress. So I tell them, they do that, what you just did, and then I tell them, I brought a time machine here. I'm very smart, so I made it myself. This is my time machine. It's real. You're gonna take that, but I'm not going to do that with you, don't worry. So I opened the time machine, which is very advanced, kind of like ChatGPT and AI, you see. And you put that letter inside. I tell my students, I close it, and I actually did this. They had their final exam. There was a room full of 150 students. And after the exam, I hope I did this before the exam, actually. But or the final week, you can do it. They open the time machine. And what is this doing? This is a letter from themselves from the past, from a good standpoint, with a good mind and happy and enthusiastic, talking to themselves in the future, talking with the most loving care, wisdom. Because if I tell you guys to write this letter for yourself, I'm sure it will be very different from what you just wrote, right? Because sometimes the hardest thing to do is to love ourselves. But it's easy when you think about somebody else. Okay, so that's my third act. Fourth act is move. So you're gonna take, please, can you pass it around? And thank you. You want to take, please, you're going to go over there and you're going to write your favorite something, right? At least one thing, because we're a big group. So just, you can write your favorite song, your favorite book, your favorite movie, your favorite activity, your favorite restaurant, or your favorite place. Anybody. And if you have a marker and you can do it, we're all professors, right? You have markers in your, can you help me with that maybe? Just write something, your favorite something, please. Stand up. Yeah, the name of this is move. I'm so sorry. You have to stand up and move. Oh, yeah, you're tired, I know. But this is the point. Move and write something, your favorite something. And you can write only one, it will be okay. Or if you can write two, I know I rate movie and I rate book, that will be okay, whatever. Could be one, two, or three, but give a chance to everybody to do this. And if you have more markers that you can share with your classmates, so everybody can write something. I have more markers here. I'm so curious to read all of that. See, what are the good restaurants, good books, great movies, great activities. Okay, thank you. So okay. If you write something, be sure you write at least one thing. And thank you so much. Please come back. Okay. You can sit down now. Yeah, you can put the markers anywhere. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, what is the purpose of this activity? Move. Why moving is good? And we can put it in the time machine. um, so the point here, and again, I know it's so easy to do this. I love little kids. I do sometimes things with little kids. I do it with the 18, 21-year-olds in our SMU. So it's maybe strange to do it with professors, but again, it's all about connection. And why is this silly activity helpful? For two reasons. Because you move, so you're moving your body, which helps. It can be a fast activity because you are discovering things they are passionate about. This is clue, this is key. You can use this information for anything you're teaching in any field. Oh, I see that the kids these days are reading these kind of books or they're watching these kind of movies. Oh, everybody loves hiking in this class. That's interesting. I'm going to ask about that. I'm going to connect hiking with my musicology class or literature, or I don't know. There can be connections because these are things they're passionate about. If you use information that they're passionate about and like introduce that with little nuggets, like in your teaching, I think that's very powerful. So that was and I'm very curious to see what you wrote. Okay, using an instrument in the class. I am below beginner of ukulele. So if you're planning to attend that class, be aware, especially my music colleagues. I started playing the ukulele when to not get crazy during COVID. So I will run out from my house, from my two kids and my lovely husband, and put myself in the garage, take the ukulele, watch YouTube videos, and start playing so I will not get insane. And that's how it started. And I love it. And I just do it, but I'm not at all very a professional. So when I felt the joy, again, Hannibal, for my lovely sister, this pet, when I felt the joy of playing an instrument, and you don't have to play an instrument, it could be anything. You love to dance and you like to jump without anybody looking, whatever. In this case, is the instrument. I'm like, I want to do this with the students. I want to teach using this because I think they will learn faster, so and better, and they will have fun, and I will have fun. So again, the community part, I was very surprised to see that, and I think that's a plus. Um, so students, they had one class of ukulele. This was one class, and not even the whole class because I taught grammar a little bit. So this is the second week. We verbs in the present tense. They're conjugating in the present 45 verbs in Spanish, second week of class, just one class of ukulele. And the kids that were very shy, they were like up for it. Like everybody, I literally felt the sense of community. What is this? This is so weird. This is so funny. I don't know what to do. What are you doing? Yes. Oh, like, let's do it. And we repeat this song a couple of times and they learn the material. So yeah, it was amazing. And it brings a lot of joy. In my personal opinion, that's number one. And besides that, they learn a lot. So Act 5, the dig. Have you can you go to your cell phones and search SMU dig, please? That dig. I can't pronounce it. DIG. I wanted to open a page here, but I don't want to mess up with the presentation. But I want you to check that out because that I'm sure maybe who knows about this place? Maybe everybody. Some of you have you taken your classes there? Who took your class there? One, two. Oh my God! Take your classes there. I mean, really, it's incredible the things they can do, the projects they can do. I know I'm not teaching an arts and crafts class. Why should I take my students there? Well, you can do anything there. There was a student building a wheelchair for people that have disabilities. It was incredible. We had projects related to cultural, to Latin America, to Spain, cultural topics. We had projects related to words, literature. Well, there's a lot of possibilities, and you can see in the website all the things they can do, all the amazing resources. So here are my students. They practice the vocabulary of a new chapter. They build something around that vocabulary. They present, so they use oral skills to present about their projects. They love it. They can choose anything they want. They can learn how to 3D. There are a lot of 3D printers. They can use wood, metal. There are electronics. And the people that work there are incredible. So, and again, it creates a sense of community. So connect, create, and well-being. That's my, okay. But I have that because those are three things that are key for me based on this presentation. So now okay, stay tuned because okay, take one of these. So stay tuned for the Fair Artistic Laboratory, Mind, Body, and Heart Connection, October 16 at the Meadows Museum. Thank you, Talia. We are together in a project fair that is happening at the Meadows Museum and is related to mental health. But I'm not labeling it as mental health because we're all in this together. So it's something that is going on, that is going to happen because it's a topic I'm passionate about. So now what are you going to write? You're going to write in this lovely pink paper three things that you think you're going to do in your classroom. What are three things that you think? It doesn't have to be any of what I just said, but three things, activities that are connecting what you're teaching with well-being. Well-being in teaching, and it could be something related to arts, creativity, some kind of movement when you make them stand up and do stuff, or maybe you're just going to write I like the meditation or the breathing exercise. I think I'm going to just do that. Okay, write it down. Why I want you to write it down, because if we don't write it down now, it's going to evaporate. Things that you write are things that stay in your mind and things that you probably are going to do. If this doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to write anything. But maybe this connects to something else that you were thinking about that has nothing to do with what I just said, but maybe ideas are popping up in your mind that you're like, oh, maybe I'm going to do this or this. Or take students to the Meadows Museum, or make them dance around a special song, because I think that will be fun. I don't know, it could be anything. And if not, just keep that paper and write down later something. I want to share a little personal thing. One day I was walking through the Katy Trail, 5:30 a.m. I was walking and I had the artistic laboratory thing came to my mind. I took out a notepad. I started walking almost onto the American Airlines Center, almost. And I just walk and write all the ideas that I had. And I thought, this is crazy. I don't know, but okay, I'm gonna write all this. Then I made a proposal. Then it's going to happen. And I'm blown away that the things we can do. So it's really amazing. If you're thinking right now, I think I'm going to do a play about math with my students. Why don't we do like a play? And how crazy is that? No, I'm not going. What your brain is going to do after you leave, if you don't write that down, is like, you're crazy. Nobody does that. That's not going to help anybody. They're going to learn, and you're going to look like a fool. That's what we always do with the very powerful stuff that come out of our mind. So you need to write that down, because if you write it down, then it doesn't look that crazy. Then you find somebody that says, oh, that's amazing. I'm going to give you this money for that. So that's why I want to write you down. So the last minute, I want you to talk to your partner or 3 people or 2 people and tell them what you wrote. Okay? Just 2 minutes or 1 minute. Okay. Thank you. Another powerful thing is to share it with others. But I learned that you have to be very careful who you share your ideas with, because a lot of people can be like, oh, no, that sounds like no. So be mindful of who you share your ideas with. That's very important, but because that's like planting a seed. That seed is very precious. Let's say, for example, make a play with your students about math, which sounds like, what? Well, that's a seed that you want to plant in a person that you think is going to receive that as a treasure. Your idea is a treasure. So be sure you're sharing that treasure with somebody that will understand what you're talking about. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't really have a question, but if you're interested in the neuroscience behind why ukulele helps with learning and connection, that's my department.
I wanna share this. So this is how ideas happen. And I'm gonna confess again, because there's no two pillars now, there's just one pillar. So I don't have two repertoires for different people. The same way I'm talking to you, I talk to my husband, I talk to my sister, I talk to my best friend or my kids. So there's not like two. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. Everything I put out there since August 7 is just happened. Like, it's just amazing. And this is an example with what you said about the ukulele. I make the students they play in the classroom, and I thought, hey, celebration of lights is coming, the most important tradition of SMU. I speak Spanish. We live in Dallas, Texas. A lot of people speak Spanish. Why don't we have songs, Christmas songs in Spanish? That will make a lot of sense. That will make me happy and all the Hispanic Latino students in the campus happy. We're gonna sing. Uh, so we did it. We sing. So how did a crazy woman in COVID looking for the ukulele not to get much, what happened from there to perform in the celebration lights next to President Turner with the students playing the ukulele, a Spanish song? Like, it just, anything can be possible, anything. And now everybody likes to talk about like manifestation, law of attraction, and all that BS, but actually, no, I'm sorry, you're recording. But actually, some things happen when you have an idea, when you write it down, and then you share it with the right person, and then there you go. I can give you 6 specific examples of that, of something like, I like the ukulele. Let's play the ukulele with the students. Oh, I'm singing with President Turner here in front of 1,000 people. Wow, that was fast. That was 4 months. So I can give you 6 examples of that, but I don't have more time. So put your ideas on paper and make it happen. Thank you so much. Bye.